Hey, it's Ray, and I would like to welcome you all to Marketing Mondays. Today, I will be showing you guys a quick, simple, and easy way to re-add a reel back on your profile grid.
Raven K. Jackson, a name synonymous with positivity, strength, and inspiration. A young, beautiful, and talented woman who appeared before hundreds of thousands of followers, always with a radiant smile. She was a fitness trainer, a model, and a motivational speaker. Every day on Instagram and TikTok, Raven shared high-intensity workouts, uplifting words of encouragement, and joyful moments with her boyfriend, rapper 600 Breezy. They seemed like the perfect couple, hand in hand. Luxury vacations, public declarations of love. Raven had it all. A rising career, an admirable physique, and a passionate relationship. At just 24 years old, her life appeared to be just beginning, full of promise and opportunity. But that was only what people saw on their screens. The reality was far from the flawless image painted on social media. Behind that bright smile were sleepless nights, invisible pressures, and an overwhelming sense of loneliness no one knew about. The sad captions were overshadowed by energetic posts. The warning signs of a broken soul had been there all along, but no one noticed until it was too late. And then, on September 6, 2022, everything stopped. No more inspiring posts, no more captions full of life. Raven was found in her apartment. She was gone forever. The internet was in shock. Her friends were devastated. Her fans asked the same question. What really happened? What could have led a vibrant, promising young woman to make an irreversible decision? Had anyone noticed the warning signs? Or had they been too well hidden beneath the glamorous facade of social media? This isn't just the story of Raven K. Jackson. This is a story about the dark side of fame, about silent suffering, and about the cries for help that far too often go unnoticed. Welcome to Echoes of Crime, where real-life cases unravel the hidden truths behind justice and tragedy. Like, comment, and support the channel to help us bring more gripping true crime stories to you. Raven K. Jackson was born on September 23, 1997, in Canton, Mississippi, a small town filled with big stories. From a young age, she was the center of attention, not because of wealth or privilege, but because of the positive energy she radiated. A little girl with a bright smile, full of life, always bringing joy to those around her. But behind that image, Raven's childhood was far from easy. In her family, expressing emotions wasn't common. Words like, "I love you," or "everything will be okay," were unfamiliar. That emotional distance left a void in Raven's heart, a void she spent her life trying to fill. She became someone who constantly sought validation, always pushing herself to prove she was worthy of love. But instead of letting her emotional struggles hold her back, Raven used them as fuel. She worked hard, determined to rise above her circumstances. After graduating high school, she pursued biomedical science at Auburn University, a promising path. But as she stood at the crossroads of her life, she realized her true passion wasn't in a lab or a textbook, it was with people. It was in helping them become stronger, healthier, both physically and mentally. Choosing a different path, Raven pursued her master's degree at Jackson State University, and this was where her life took a pivotal turn. Not only was she an outstanding student, but she also has started building her own community, a space where people could open up and uplift each other through life struggles. She founded RTR, Real Talk with Raven, an open forum where students could discuss mental health, emotional wounds, and personal battles. She believed that by talking about their struggles, people could find healing. But the irony was, while Raven was helping hundreds of students, she was fighting a silent battle no one could see. After graduating, Raven moved to Auburn, Alabama, and stepped into the world of mere fitness. Working out was not just a way to keep her body in shape, it became therapy for her mind. She discovered that exercise could relieve invisible pressures, bring our balance, and give her the strength she was always searching for. What started as a personal passion soon became her career. Raven founded Go Crazy Fitness, an online fitness program designed to help people train both their bodies and their minds. The phrase "go crazy" wasn't just a slogan, it was a reflection of her bold personality. She lived with intensity, pushed herself, and inspired others to do the same. In a short amount of time, Raven became a social media sensation. On TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, she gained hundreds of thousands of followers. People admired her not just for her grueling workouts, but for her infectious energy, her powerful messages, and her authenticity. She once said, "I grew up in a family where no one said I love you, so I never really knew what love was. But I'm learning, and I want everyone to learn with me." Raven's success wasn't just about her fit physique or her expert workouts. It was about her story, the story of a girl who rose above her circumstances to create a life that everyone admired. But while the spotlight shined brightly on social media, no one saw the darkness behind it. She helped thousands overcome their fears. But the question remained, who was there to help Raven face her own? In 2020, Raven met Antonio Valentino King, better known as 600 Breezy, a rapper from Chicago who had collaborated with major artists including Drake. In the world of hip-hop, he was known as a bold, unfiltered artist. But to Raven, he was the man who walked into her life at a time when she needed someone to lean on. From the very first moments, they seemed inseparable. Their love burned intensely, passionate, electrifying, as if they had finally found the missing piece in their lives. They'd traveled together, laughed together in fun social media videos, and shared their love openly through romantic photos. Fans adored them. A perfect couple, matching in both looks and ambition. But that was only what the world could see. Behind closed doors, Raven slowly began to feel alone. She loved a 600 Breezy, but sometimes even with him by her side, she still felt lost. Love wasn't enough to silence the darkness in her mind, and as the storms inside her grew stronger, she didn't want anyone to notice. Over time, warning signs began to surface. Raven kept posting on social media, but her words started to change. What was once motivational and uplifting began to carry the weight of exhaustion, of invisible sorrow. She once wrote, "Even the strongest people have their weak moments. Some days I just want to disappear." Her post drifted past like smoke, barely noticed, dismissed as fleeting thoughts, because on the outside, Raven was still smiling, still shining. They didn't realize that those weren't just passing words. They were silent cries for help. 600 Breezy sensed a change, in Raven too. But like many others, he believed these were just temporary moments of sadness. Nothing more. He didn't realize that the strong, vibrant woman he loved was slowly drowning in her own thoughts. September 6th, 2022, the day everything changed. That day, 600 Breezy was in another city when he received a message from Raven, a long, heartbreaking, final message. "I'm tired. I've held on for too long. She spoke about the pain she had endured for years, how she felt trapped in her own mind. She told him she loved him, but she couldn't keep going. 600, Breezy was shaken to his core. He tried to reach her immediately, calling, texting, but all he got in return was silence. A tragic ending no one saw coming. Hours later, Raven K. Jackson was found in her apartment. No more light, no more radiant smiles on social media. A seemingly perfect story had come to an irreversible, tragic end. The world was left asking, could she have been saved? Did anyone see the signs and try to reach out before it was too late? September 6, 2022. A frantic emergency call was made when police arrived at the scene. Raven K. Jackson's apartment was engulfed in an eerie silence. The young woman with the radiant smile, the one who had once filled social media with positivity and motivation, was gone. Authorities quickly determined the cause of death: suicide. There were no signs of forced entry, no evidence of foul play. On her desk, her phone screen still glowed. Inside were the final messages she had sent. As news of Romana Raven's passing spread, social media exploded. Thousands of her followers couldn't believe what they were reading. How could someone so full of life, so inspiring, end her story this way? Old photos of her flooded Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Smiling faces, uplifting captions, messages of hope and perseverance. But now all of them felt like fragmented contradictions. Amidst the grief, 600 Breezy, Raven's boyfriend, made a shocking move. He publicly shared one of her last messages. Painful, heartbreaking, haunting words. A farewell letter in text form. Her words cut deep to the hearts of those who read them. I'm tired. I've held on for too long. This isn't your fault. Don't be sad. But instead of sympathy, 600 Breezy's decision ignited controversy. The internet erupted with mixed reactions. Some felt deep sorrow for 600 Breezy. He had just lost the woman he loved, and sharing these messages was his way of grieving. But others began asking questions. Why make such private messages public? Was he truly mourning, or was this a cry for attention? Was this an attempt to deflect responsibility? Then came the harshest accusations. Some even blamed 600 Breezy for Raven's death. Past arguments, rumors of infidelity, and asinine social media disputes. Between them resurfaced. People dissected every interaction, every detail, searching for something, anything, to pin down as the reason she was gone. The controversy escalated when Raven's family spoke out. They condemned 600 Breezy for turning her tragedy into a spectacle on social media. He defended himself, insisting he had loved her, that he never wanted this to happen. But the internet had already made up its mind. They needed someone to blame. Amidst the chaos, one heartbreaking truth was overlooked. Raven had spoken up, but no one had truly listened. The warning signs were there. The mock-sad posts, the subtle messages, the silent gaps in her seemingly perfect online life. But no one noticed, or maybe no one cared much enough to ask the hard questions. Her death wasn't just a personal tragedy, it was a wake-up call about mental health, about the illusion of social media, about the importance of paying attention to those we love before it's too late. But the real question is, will this lesson be remembered? Or will Raven's story, like so many others, fade into the void of forgotten tragedies on the internet? The life of Raven K. Jackson is a painful reminder that social media only shows a fraction of reality. The smiles, the happy moments, the perfectly curated photos, they can all be a facade, hiding or a darkness no one sees. Raven was a strong woman. She built her career from the ground up, inspiring hundreds of thousands of people. But what she couldn't fully express, or perhaps what no one was willing to hear, was her silent battle with war depression, one that slowly consumed her from within. Her case is not an isolated one. Celebrities, successful individuals, even people who seem to have it all, may be fighting battles that the world will never witness. We need to truly care about the people we love, not just by what they show, but by what they don't say. Looking back at the final months of Raven's life, the warning signs were there. Her monocryptic social media posts, messages hinting at exhaustion and loneliness, the quiet moments hidden between her vibrant photos, the final messages where she admitted she had been holding on for too long. So we must ask ourselves, if someone had noticed, if someone had truly listened, could things have ended differently? We cannot change the past, but we can learn from it. Depression doesn't have a single face. It doesn't only affect those who are lonely, unemployed, or struggling in life. It can affect anyone, no matter how successful they are, no matter how many followers they have. If you notice anyone around you showing signs of depression, do not ignore them. Listen to them. Sometimes a single conversation can make the world of difference. Check in on them. A simple message like, "Hey, are you okay?" could help someone feel less alone. Take every statement about hopelessness seriously. Phrases like, "I'm just so tired of everything," or "maybe I shouldn't be here anymore," should always be seen as a serious cry for help. Encourage them to seek professional support. There are many organizations and helplines that are ready to listen. And if you are feeling lost, exhausted, or simply don't see a reason to keep going, please remember, you are not alone. There are people who care, who will listen, who will help you, even when you feel like no one understands. Talk to a friend, reach out to family, or seek professional guidance. A single conversation may not fix everything overnight, but it can be the first step toward finding light again. And if you or someone you know is struggling, do not hesitate to seek help. Call a mental health support line. There is always someone willing to listen at any time, day or night. Raven Jackson's passing is a tragedy. But if her story can help even one person find a reason to keep going, then her death will not have been in vain. You are not alone. Speak up, seek help, because your life matters more than you could ever imagine. Remember this. Don't let social media deceive you. Not everyone who smiles is happy. Not every life that looks perfect is without its shadows. Behind a smile, there may be a pain no one sees. We must do better. We must care for those around us, truly, deeply. Don't wait until it's too late to ask yourself, what if I had noticed sooner? If you sense that someone is struggling, listen to them. If you are struggling yourself, reach out for help. No one deserves to face their battles alone. The story of Raven K. Jackson is not just a tragic case. It is a wake-up call for all of us. We can make a difference. If you found this video important, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let's spread awareness about mental health, because even the smallest action can save a life.